Hello students. In last video we have seen attack vector and how attack is launched by using attack vectors. Now we will see cloud computing. Cloud computing contains two words, cloud and computing. Cloud means here internet and computing refers to use of computer technology. Cloud computing is internet based development and use of computers technology. In total, cloud computing is a internet based development and use of computer technology. And here software and hardwares are delivered via internet. Before this technology, people would run applications or programs from software downloaded on physical computer or a server in their building. But in cloud computing, it allows people to access same kind of applications which I have told in previous point. Means they can download the softwares or application programs which are downloaded on a physical computer. But in cloud computing, they will use the same kind of applications through internet anywhere and anytime without installing in a user machine. The cloud is used as a phrase for the internet based on cloud drawing. Cloud drawing used to depict the internet in a computer networks. Usually in computer networks, the internet is drawn in the cloud format. Okay, that's why we can call that as a cloud. A cloud service has three distinct characteristics which differentiate it from a traditional hosting. The first one is it is sold on demand. Cloud computing provides on-demand delivery of IT resources like software, hardware over the internet, typically for 1 minute or 1 hour. The second one is it is a elastic in terms of usage. It means user can have a little of service or he can use as much as service he or she needed at any given time. Cloud computing provides a service in such a way that it will adapt to workload changes like providing a resources in an automatic manner. Okay, if he or she want for 1 minute, it will provide only for 1 minute. Otherwise, if he or she needed for 1 hour, it will provide 1 hour service like that. Okay, it is elastic in terms of usage. The third one is the services is fully managed by a cloud providers. Okay, a user just needs a computer or a PC and internet connection. If he or she have PC or internet connection, he can or she can use any kind of services from cloud. Okay, and all these services are managed by the cloud providers. The next we will see why cloud computing or advantages of cloud computing, how it is helpful for organizations or customers, for users. The first one is application and data can be accessed from anywhere and anytime. Data is not stored on a hard drive on user's computer. It is stored in a cloud. So we can access anywhere and any time through the internet. The second one is it reduces the hardware cost. Just we need internet connection. Cloud provides on-demand supply of IT resources over the internet. So it reduces the hardware cost on user's side. The third one is organizations do not have to buy a set of softwares or software licenses for every employee, and the cloud will provide those kind of softwares or software licenses, and for that organizations need to pay a metered fee or they can pay that charge to a cloud computing company. It means they will provide the services pay and use. In that manner, the cloud computing will provide services for organizations. The fourth one is organizations do not have to rent a physical space to store servers and databases. Servers and digital storage devices need more space. Okay, so organizations do not have to rent or buy these kind of spaces. The cloud computing will offer, or it gives the option to store our data on someone else's hardware, thereby removing the need for physical space on front end, or we can call users machine. Okay. The fifth one is organizations would be able to save money on IT support. It means organization will have to ensure about client services or a desktop, and they need continuous internet connection instead of servers and other hardwares. Okay, just we need internet connection. Okay, for other softwares and hardwares, it is not necessary to pay money on organization's side. Just we need internet connection. Rest of all services will given by the cloud computing service provider. The cloud computing services can be either public or private. A public cloud sells services to anyone on the internet. A private cloud supplies services only to hosted services and limited number of people. And here the goal of cloud computing is to provide the easy and scalable access, means quick access to computing resources and IT services needed by the organizations or customers. Some of the cloud computing service providers are Amazon, Google App Engine, GoGrid, etc. Next we will see types of services provided by the cloud computing. The first one is IaaS, that is infrastructure as a service. It is a form of cloud computing which provides the infrastructures like servers, networking, storage related resources. Customers use these resources on the internet using a pay as per use model. Okay, we need to pay for these resources or infrastructures, then it will give us services. That form we can call as a infrastructure as a service. It provides the virtual servers with a unique IP address and blocks of storages on demand. For example, Amazon Web Services. It will provide the unique virtual services and blocks of storages. The second one is PaaS, that is platform as a service. It provides the runtime environment and it allows programmers easily to create, run, test and deploy the web application. This offers the set of softwares and development tools hosted on the provider's servers. You can purchase these applications from cloud service providers on a pay as per use basis, or you can rent also and access them using the internet connection. For example, it provides the programming languages, databases to store the data, like that. The famous example for this platform as a service is Google applications. The third one is SaaS, that is software as a service. It provides on-demand softwares. Here services are hosted by the cloud service provider and these services are available to end users over the internet. So end users do not need to install any software on their devices to access these services. Just they need the internet connection. The provider allows customer to use only its applications. Okay? A service provider allows customers to use only its applications, not other applications. These applications can be anything from web-based email to applications such as Twitters. Next, we will see some of the risks involved in the cloud computing. That the prime area of this risk in cloud computing is the protection of user data. The following table shows risk associated with the cloud computing environment. They have given a area and risk and remedy for that risk. The first is elevated user access. It means user accesses the data that is out of his permission or a privilege, or data may be processed outside the organization. What is the risk here? It will bypass or it will allow to flow the data through secondary channel which is not genuine one. It will also bypass the physical, logical and personal controls and will have elevated user access to such data. Remedy for this is customer should obtain as much as information about the service provider who will manage this data, and he need to inspect the vendor's monitoring mechanism and access privileges of administrators and users. Then he can limit this kind of elevated access of that data. The next is location of data. What is the risk here? The organizations will use cloud computing services, but they are not aware about where the data is hosted and who is hosting or which country is hosting. What is the remedy for this is organizations should ensure that the service provider is committed to obey the local privacy requirements to store and process this kind of data, and we need to also ensure service provider has the power or a control of doing this. The next is segregation of data. Segregation means separation of data. What is the risk here? The encryption mechanism used for these kind of data should be strong enough to segregate or separate the data from the other organizations whose data is also stored in a same server. The solution or remedy for this is organizations should be aware of arrangements made by the service provider to segregate the data, and the service provider should display the encryption schemes used to store this data by the experts. The next is recovery of data. What is the risk here? Here the risk is business continuity in case of any disaster or a problem. There must be availability of services and data without any disturbance to normal operations of a organization. The solution or remedy for this is organizations should ensure the service provider should make the restoration of data within required or a prescribed time, and organizations should also aware about business continuity plan and disaster recovery plan established by the service provider. Then only they can come out from this kind of risk in case of any disaster or a problem. The next is information security violation reports. Here what is the risk? In IT or a cloud environment, many customers logging in and logging out of the host. Many customers at the same time. It is very complex process, and it is very difficult to trace the illegal activity. What is the remedy for this? Organizations should make the agreements or a contract towards the security violation logs with the customers. Here logs means files which store the information about customers who violate the security rules. Next is long-term viability. Here, what is the risk? In case of change in cloud computing service providers, like merging of services with the other service provider or a partnership brokerage, at that time the service should be provided to support the organization. And what is the remedy for this? Organizations should ensure about getting their data back in case of such major events. Okay, these all are the some cases where the most risk is involved, and they have also given the remedy for those. Thank you.